All transactions in the Jonas Encore system flow through sales areas, even things like fee billings and miscellaneous charges, as sales areas are the point of entry for transactions. They are linked to sales area categories, which are linked to sales area groups for reporting purposes. To create a sales area, navigate to System Administration, System Setup, and Sales Areas. Then go ahead and click New. In the General tab, you can go ahead and enter a description for the sales area, with a maximum of 30 characters. Typical examples used in most clubs include main dining room, finance charges, etc. You'll want to make sure Active is flagged to ensure the sales area is active. Then go ahead and select the Sales Area category for this sales area to report to. The statement description will be the same as the description field, however you can change this to anything you want. Then go ahead and select the AR invoice number series for tracking and auditing. Next, we want to move over to the Point of Sale tab. And if this sale is going to be used in POS operations, enable this area can be used for POS sales. The remainder of the settings are broken down into sub-tabs. In the General tab, you can assign the default facility layout, which is used to link a graphical table layout design to the facility, and assign the entry screen template, which contains the menu designs to be used at POS for this area. Note that these two fields can be left at none if they have not yet been set up. Once set up, you can come back here and assign them. Select the POS chit number series for tracking and auditing. Select the statement description format, which sets the default appearance of what will appear on the member's statement when POS chits are processed through this sales area. Suppress paid chits from statements. If enabled, any chits which were settled at POS, paid by cash, credit card, club credit, etc., and no balances owed on them will not be shown on the statement. Exclude club credit payment. If enabled, allows a club to suppress paid chits, but exclude chits which were settled by club credit, prepaid food minimums, gift cards, gift certs, etc. Often a club will want to suppress things paid by cash, but will still want to show it if it was a prepaid minimum or gift card used. In the Forms sub-tab, you can specify the forms to be used for chit, prep, and firing off courses. By enabling the Do Not Send Canceled Items to Prep Printers field, you can opt not to send canceled items to prep printers for the sales area. This is useful for areas such as food and beverage, where the kitchen staff can communicate cancel items in person and do not wish to have extra prep send for cancel items appear. If required, specify the form to be used for the end of shift report. If prepaid services are available for the sales area, specify the prepaid inquiry form. And lastly, specify the club credit inquiry form if applicable. You can also override the email settings and printer form overrides using the appropriate sub-tabs if applicable. In the Inventory sub-tab, specify the stock location and stock sublocation that should be depleted if items are sold through the sales area are or will be linked to the inventory module. If this is an initial setup, these fields can be left until you've configured your inventory. Use the Allow Negative Inventory Item Quantity Sales field to define whether to allow, warn, or disallow selling an inventory item that is already in a negative quantity on-hand position or results in one on the current sale. In the Tables/Covers sub-tab, set the linked chits to a table number and request table number for each chit fields. You'll also want to set Track Covers by Chit to No, manually, or automatically. Depending on which option you choose, certain fields below this can be enabled or disabled. These fields include Allow Entry of 0 covers, Default Covers to Number of Seats, and Track Seats. In the Chit Entry sub-tab, specify the Void Chit Reason category or leave it blank as not applicable. In the Member Selection Options section, enable any of the fields that are applicable. Also specify the option to force signature capture. Use the Member Info to Display button to control what information will appear on the POS screen. Common examples include member status and birthday. In the Other Options section, enable any of the fields that are applicable. Also set the number of split chit default number of copies and the Settle and Close option payment item. Lastly is the Facilities tab. In this tab, flag any facilities that the sales area will be used in. Note that you can link multiple facilities to a sales area. For example, many dining rooms can be linked to a dining sales area, but you cannot have multiple sales area within one facility. For example, a pool facility that has a pool services area, a pool bar area, and a pool appointment booking area, they would have to be divided up into separate facilities. Lastly is the Event Management tab. If this sales area is going to be used for event management, enable this sales area can be used for events. If applicable, enable Allow POS chits to be settled to a banquet and specify the number of days before and after the POS chit date that events will appear in the banquet search. After completing the setup, make sure you click that Save button. Complete the same steps as applicable to set up each sales area. Now that you've created your sales area, it can be linked in the following locations as applicable to your club.